Hello everyone, good evening. I think I am audible, visible. Yes, perfect. Now, before starting, I told you we will be discussing theoretical distribution. Till today, we were doing revision. Today onwards, I thought that we will do it in YouTube itself because it was difficult giving to every student in the academy. Like a small difficulty was there, I think you know. So going forward, every live will be there on YouTube itself. Okay, whatever we do live or not live or recording anywhere, quick revision will be there in YouTube itself going forward. Now, first one we will discuss about random variable before talking about the theoretical distribution topic. Hello sir, hi sir. Yes, we will start off. First one is our random variable. Random variable, we need to know few things. Now, what is happening in random variable? We are assigning some numerical values to each outcome. For example, I am tossing a coin. Okay, when I toss a coin, what happened? Either it will be a head or it will be a tail. For one time, everyone knows that. What is the probability of getting a head? 1 by 2. What is the probability of getting a tail? 1 by 2. These are the probabilities if you ask me. Rather than writing head and tail, I will assign some numerical values. For example, I'll say, what is the probability of getting a tail while a coin is tossed sometime is the type of question that will come from this type. Okay, here I will say that there can be 0 head or there can be 1 head. These are the possibilities, correct? Either there will be 0 head or 1 head. What is the probability of getting 0 head? That means it will be a tail. How much is it? 1 by 2. Then what is the probability of getting 1 head? That is 1 by 2. Now I will just give you another example. I know everyone knows the example. When I am throwing a die, what are the possible values? Numerical values itself while throwing a die. Either it can be a 1, or it can be a 2, or it can be a 3, or it can be a 4, or it can be a 5. Finally, it can be a what? 6. Now, tell me people, what is the probability of getting a 1 while throwing a die? 1 by 6. What is the probability of getting a 2 while throwing a die? 1 by 6. 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 Yes. Can I purchase quantitative aptitude lectures only? Yes, you can do that. That is possible. Okay. Yes. Now, these are the given things. Now, people, look here. What is the total probability? What is the total probability? Yesterday when we were discussing, I told that the minimum probability value you will get is 0 and the maximum value is how much? 1. There will not be any negative value. There will not be any value greater than 1 also. It won't be there. Okay, so maximum value is how much? 1. Minimum value is how much? 0. Now, we know that there is something called as the total probability. Total probability is how much? Always the total probability will be equal to 1. It will not be more than that. Now, we will talk about mathematical expectation. What do you mean by expectation? It has another name also in the future. While we start off with our theoretical distribution, we will be talking about this. What is this expectation? Expectation is also called as what? Mean. Mathematical expectation or mean of x. We have a formula for that. E of x is equal to sigma x into p of x. That is the formula. Now, we will talk about variance of x. Now, variance of x, even if you attended the class, you will already know the formulas and all, how to find it and all, you will know. Then we will, after brushing up this formula, we will directly go to theoretical distribution. This part we will discuss in another class. Okay, when we come back to probability again, that time we will be explaining the random variable questions completely. This is just for the base for theoretical distribution. Okay, now variance also we have a formula. V of x is equal to E of x square minus E of x the whole square. What is this E of x? E of x is nothing but expectation of x. I'll give you one example also. Now I will ask you, what is the expectation of getting a number while throwing a die? How will you find it? What is the formula for E of x? E of x is nothing but sigma x into P of x. Now tell me people one by one, what is the meaning of the sigma or summation? What is the meaning of that? We are adding. Summation means what? We are adding something. But what is that something? Inside that value, there is x into p of x. X p of x means what? X is multiplied with p of x. Now look here. Individually, we have x values corresponding p of x values or probability of x values are also there. Now check the x into 1 by 6. Look here. 1 into 1 by 6 plus 2 into 1 by 6 plus 3 into 1 by 6 plus 4 into 1 by 6 plus 5 into 1 by 6 into 1 by 6 plus how much does 6 into 1 by 6. That is the total value of expectation of getting a number while throwing a die. Now, if you watch the calculation trick video, you can easily do this question without even taking LCM and all. What is the method? You will type 1 is sir, I am a fresher who passed +2 in the year. I am preparing for the September. Feel worry about the quantitative aptitude. Hiba, what you can do is you still have time. Prepare on that. We have time for it. But 2 months. Only quantitative aptitude is the problem means you can still have time. Other subject, if you are already done with that, it is fine. Otherwise, you need to work for Jan attempt. Yeah. Yes. Now, that is the meaning of this. So, people, how will you use calculator? You will be like, first one is what? 1 into 1 divided by 6. I can take it as 1 divided by 6. Then you will click what? M plus. Then 2 into 1 is how much? 2. I will type 2 divided by 6, M plus. Then 3 divided by 6, M plus. 4 divided by 6, M plus. 5 divided by 6, M plus. Then 6 by 6 is how much? That is 1. If you want to type 6 divided by 6, that is also fine. Click M plus. Finally, click what? MRC. You will get the expectation of that value. Okay. With that, we are going to the topic theoretical distribution. Okay, one of the easiest topic, but no one will study thinking that it's very complicated. Now you can expect, so usually probability and theoretical distribution together, it will give you like around like how much mark? The 12 marks, up to 12 marks you will get from both these chapters together, up to 12, maximum of 12. Okay, up to 12 means the maximum of 12, 12 or less will be there. Sometimes more marks will be from probability. Accordingly, the problem or the questions from theoretical distribution changes. Now look here. Here we will be talking about very few concepts. I am directly going to the topic because I think you have already watched the lectures and all. That's why you are here. Okay. If you haven't, you can purchase the recorded also or you attend the class in the academy. Now here. For the Chennai, Coimbatore and our batch students, everyone is here. Yes. Now here, we will be dealing with two types of probability distribution. One is discrete, second one is continuous. Yes. The first one, discrete one, there are two types inside that we are studying, binomial and Poisson. Keep a note. Discrete types are what? Binomial distribution, Poisson distribution. Then, continuous types are what? We are only going to deal with normal distribution. Now, we will talk about something called as parameter, which we will see in each and every type. Okay, here. What is the parameter? Actually, parameter is nothing but I'll use very minute or simple language. Parameter is what? Something which you are using just to find something else. In order to find the population character, in order to know better about something, or in order to predict something in the future, we will always use something called as a character. That character is nothing but its parameter. Now for our binomial distribution, we have two parameters. First parameter is number of trials. Second parameter is probability of success in a single trial. Yes, I'm going to attend exam in June 2026. MJ 120, memory is not working that well, sir. You need to change, Sai, you should change the calculator, otherwise it will be difficult for you. Change the calculator. Okay. Now, people, here, binomial distribution is a discrete or continuous. What is it? Binomial distribution is a discrete probability distribution. If you are having doubt, please ask me. Now, it is based on what? It is based on Bernoulli's trials. Directly they can ask question. Which of the following is based on Bernoulli's trials? What is it? Binomial distribution. How many parameters are there? 2 parameters are there. What are those parameters? First one is number of trials. That means how many times we are trying. Then P is what? Probability of success in a single trial. That is the second parameter, that is P. What are the parameters? N comma P. So it is what? Biparametric. Very important. Now people, what do you mean by this P? I know you know, but still I am explaining. Since it is a revision also, I have time. So I am explaining. So people, I am telling you, I am tossing a coin for 5 times. Okay? I am tossing a coin for how many times? 5 times. So, number of trials is how much? 5 is the number of trials. N is how much? 5. Correct? Now, the second parameter, probability of success in a single trial. And the question is, I am tossing a coin for 5 times. And I am getting a head. What is the probability of getting 3 heads is the question. 3 heads is the question. I am tossing a coin for 5 times. And I should get 3 heads is the question. Now here, what is the probability of getting a head in a single trial? If I toss a coin for 1 time, what is the probability of getting a head? 1 by 2. So P value is how much? 1 by 2. N value is how much? 5. So the parameters are what and what? 5 and 1 by 2. Then we have a formula for probability distribution or mass function in case of binomial distribution. That is nothing but P of x is equal to NCX into P raised to x into Q raised to N minus x. You should know the formula. If you know the formula, you will be able to get 1 mark out of it. It is very direct. Now, you might have learned the chapter combination. What is the formula for NCX or NCR? What is the formula? N factorial divided by x factorial into N minus x factorial. So, you know the value of this. Now, what is this P? P is probability of success. What is success? In a single trial, if you are tossing a coin for 1 time, what is the probability of getting a head or tail? That is how much? 1 by 2. Now, what is this Q? Q is nothing but probability of failure. So how will you find the value of Q? Q is nothing but 1 minus P. Keep a note. What all things we learned? We learned discrete probability distribution. How many types are there? There are 2 types, binomial and Poisson. Now we are talking about binomial. It is based on Bernoulli's trials. Then what are the parameters? How many parameters are there? 2 parameters. What are those parameters? N and P. What is N? Number of trials. What is P? Probability of what? The probability of success in a single trial. While what is Q? Q is probability of failure. Now we have a formula for probability mass function, that is P of x is equal to NCX Q raised to P raised to x into Q raised to N minus x. So we will talk about some more thing. Now people, do you remember why did I start with the random variable over here rather than directly starting with theoretical distribution? Sometimes in question they will mention expectation of x is this much. That means mean is this much. What is the another word for expectation now? Expectation is nothing but mean. Expectation of x is what? Mean. And we have a beautiful formula for finding mean, that is nothing but what are the parameters? First parameter is n, number of trials, multiplied with what? Probability of success in a single trial. So NP is the formula for mean and NPQ is the formula for variance and root of NPQ is the formula for what? Standard deviation. Why root of NPQ? We already learned in chapter 14, that is standard deviation is equal to what? The root of variance, or variance is equal to what? The square of standard deviation. So sigma is nothing but standard deviation. Sometimes we will use SD, sometimes we will use sigma. Up to you guys, completely up to you. Now what is this Q? Q is nothing but what? Is this? What is this Q? 1 minus P is the formula for Q. I think you understood. So people, I am revising back again. So I am just making you memorize or realize what exactly is there rather than doubting yourself at this point. You have time. So what is going to happen? Mean is what? The mean is nothing but NP. What is N? Number of trials in a number of trials. Then what is P? Number of success in a single trial. Then what is variance? Variance of X is what? The variance is nothing but NPQ. N into P into Q. N value will be given, P value will be given, Q value will be given, everything will be given direct. Correct? Then what is mean? Mean is nothing but NP. Then what is standard deviation? That is root of NPQ. Purinjida? Arthaita? Samjaya? Yes. Manasilayo? Yeah, people. Now, I'll just take you through one question. Then we will talk about things. Okay, look here. The binomial, that's why I told you what is expectation before starting off here. Now, binomial distribution, for a binomial distribution, E of X is equal to 2. V of X is equal to 4 by 3. Find the value of N is the question. What is given over here? Now people, E of X is what? E of X is nothing but what? Our mean. Mean is given as how much? 2. That means N into P is equal to how much as per the question, which is equal to 2. Then what else is given? V of X. V of X is what? The variance. According to our question, variance is 4 by 3. But we have a formula for variance. What? That is what? NPQ is equal to 4 by 3. Now, what you need to find? We need to find N. So, these are the things. Now, people, how will you find the value of N is the next question. Everyone, are you guys there? If you guys are there, please put a thumbs up or something down. Put at least some emojis and all. Yes, emojis and all you put. Yes. Then what is this NPQ 4 by 3? Now I will ask you a question. Instead of this NP, can I put 2? Yes, I can do that. So I am substituting. Instead of this NP, I am putting 2. So 2 into Q is equal to 4 by 3. From this I know Q is equal to how much? 2 and 4 cancel. What is remaining? 2 by 3 is remaining. Then from this, what you will find? We will find the value of P. P is equal to how much? Nothing but 1 minus Q. Because we can take the opposite always, right? Q is equal to 1 minus P. That means what? P is equal to 1 minus Q. Now, we are just putting it over here. Yes. Which is equal to Sri Charan Kannan. Yes, hi. I told your name. Yes, 1 minus Q. That is how much? 1 minus 2 by 3. If you are using LCM method, anything is fine. I told you, if you don't know LCM method, what you will do? You will just use calculator and find everything in decimal. So 1 minus 2 by 3 is how much? 1 by 3. So P is 1 by 3. Now, we already know that NP is equal to 2. Correct? NP is equal to 2. Instead of P, we are substituting how much? 1 by 3. So 1 into 1 by 3 is equal to 2. Then cross multiply. How much is the value of N? N is equal to 6. Everyone got it? One of the easiest type. This is how you do it. Going forward, don't expect me to do all the steps, and we will not be doing all the steps inside the exam hall also. Certain times what we will do now, we will option hit also. Once you get this 1 by 3, we will option hit. Which of the option is multiplied with 1 by 3 will give you 2. That way also you can check. Always it is possible. Okay. Next one, I'll talk about a normal way of writing a binomial distribution. People, when I am writing, when in some question it will be given like this. Okay, very important. X, it will be given one snake is there. Then B, then N comma P. How will you read it? Yes, we will read it in a way. X is a binomial variate with parameters what and what? N and P. That's how you read it. X is a binomial variable or variate, whatever is fine, variable with what all parameters? How many parameters are there for binomial? 2 parameters. With parameters N and P. Now I will ask you a question. In some question it will be given like this. B of 6 comma 1.5. What do you mean by that? B of 6 comma 0.5. It will give more. X is a binomial variate with parameters. N value is how much then? 6. P value is how much then? 0.5. Now I will ask you, what is Q value? You will be like, sir, what is Q value? It is not given. How will you find Q value? Q is nothing but what? 1 minus P, which is equal to how much? 0.5. पुरिंचिदा अर्थ yes samjhaya manasilayo arthamaita everyone. Pan Indian class, yes, when it's in YouTube we are like Pan Indian class. Now we will look into additive property of binomial distribution. Sometimes they can ask. Yes, Praveen, right answer. Yes, look here, x is a binomial variate with parameters n1 and p. Y is a binomial variate with parameters n2 and p. Then x plus y, we are adding the variables. Their additive property is what? X plus y is a binomial variate with parameter what? n1 plus n2 and p. The probability should be same. For example, it should have been 0.5, 0.5. Then only it will work. Otherwise, it will never work. Got the point? But that probability value should be same. For example, here it was like, instead of p, it was, instead of 0.5, it was like 0.3. Will the additive property work? No. There, p values should be same. Then only we can use additive property. Important. Now, look here, people. Okay. Here something is given. Binomial of 6 comma p. Everyone tell me what is the value of n and what is the value of p. What is this 6 da? N is equal to 6. Okay. Then what is p? We don't know p. They are asking for what? We need to find the value of p. That is the question given over here. Now before that, I will go back again to our formula. Here n is what? A number of trials. Then p is what? Probability of success in a single trial. Q is what? Probability of failure in a single trial. And you know that x is what? The number of successes. X is what? Number of successes. For example, in the question they are telling a coin is tossed for 5 times and they are asking the number of times we are, our probability of getting 3 heads. X will be how much then? Success, how many successes are there? 3 successes are there. X will be how much? 3. That is the method. Got it? Yes. Now the next one, people. We will go to this question here. So what is given over here? What is this p of x is equal to 2? That is the probability. They are telling we need to find the probability of when x is equal to 2. Since it is binomial distribution, what is the formula for finding probability function? What is the formula? That is nothing but n cx into p raised to x into q raised to n minus x. We know that, right? Yes. Here x value in the left hand side is how much? 2. X value in the right hand side is how much? 4. Now how to do this? People, here I am applying the formula ncx. N value is how much? 6. So can I write it as 6c2 into how much? P raised to or q raised to or n raised to, what is it? P raised to 2. X value is 2 into q raised to n minus x. That means 6 minus 2 is how much? 4. Which is equal to 9 into how much? NCX is how much? 6 into 6C4 into P raised to how much? P raised to 4 into Q raised to 6 minus 4 is how much? 2. General formula. Whoever is not getting it, always think about the general formula. I think everyone is getting that. Now people, what are you going to do? One main thing we studied in our chapter combination and permutation. What was it? We know that NCR is equal to NC n minus R. Or if, as an example, I will write 6C2 is equal to what? 6C4. So, can I say both of these values are same? So, can I cancel off? Yes, I am cancelling them off. Then, P square is there, Q raised to 4 is there. So what are we going to do? I am going to type it as, for a better understanding, P square into Q square, then into Q square. Am I correct? Q square into Q square is what? Chapter 1 indices. Q square into Q square is Q raised to 4. I just split it and write them. Which is equal to 9 into, can I write it as P square into Q square? I can do that. Cancel this P square, P square. Cancel this Q square, Q square. What is remaining? The Q square, or I will write it as 1 by 9, I took the 9 to the other side, is equal to P square by Q square. From this I am writing 1 by 9 is equal to P by Q the whole square. Now what do you require? We require the value of P. How to find this the? So 1 by 9 is equal to P divided by, what is the value of Q? 1 minus P the whole square. So instead of writing it as 9, can I write it as 1 by 3 the whole square? Is that correct? 1 by 3 the whole square is, sir, we have a add, sir. You. I don't know, da. I'll ask them to turn off the ad. Fine, that is possible. Yes, tomorrow onwards ad won't be there. I didn't inform them regarding the ad. Tomorrow onwards ad won't be there. Yes, fine, done. Yes, I didn't know that. Sorry. Yeah. So square cancel off. What is remaining? 1 by 3 is equal to P by 1 minus P. Okay. Now, how will you solve this? Either you can cross multiply things or you will option hit cross multiply. 1 minus P is equal to 3P. 1 minus P went this side and 3 went this side. So that is what 1 minus P is equal to 3P. So 1 is equal to how much? The minus P goes to the other side. It will become what? Plus P. So 3P plus P. So 1P plus 1P is how much? 2P. So 3P plus 1P is how much? 4P. So 1 is equal to 4P. P is equal to 1 by 4. Option is what? Option D is your answer. Okay. Then next one. Now we will discuss. Look at this question, people. If 6 coins are tossed simultaneously, probability of obtaining exactly 2 heads is the question. How to find this? Everyone. Yes. Am I audible? Everyone is there? Pakka? Yes. Perfect. Good. If 6 coins are tossed, so n value is how much? The number of trials is 6. I am tossing it for how many times? 6 times. Correct. Now, what is the P value? They are telling about 2 heads they are telling about. So, probability of getting a head in a single trial is how much? If I toss 1 time, how much is P value? 1 by 2. That is the value, meaning of P, right? Then tell me, what is the value of X? They want X to be how much? 2. X is how much? 2. Exactly 2 heads. That means their success is what? Number of success should be how much? 2. If I am tossing for 6 times, I should get 2 success. That is the meaning. Now look here. Now we have everything, correct? All the things are there. Now we are directly going for the formula. Which formula you will use to find the probability data? P of X is equal to 2 is nothing but NCX into P raised to X into Q raised to N minus X. What is N here? 6C2 into P is how much? Can I write it as 0.5? 0.5 or I will write it as 1 by 2 itself, up to you. And finding the decimal value, it's up to you. The whole square into how much? X is how much? 2 into Q raised to, that is nothing but 1 by 2 the whole raised to 4, which is nothing but, what is 6C2? What is the shortcut for finding combination based question? 6C2 is what? 6 into 5 divided by 2 factorial. Okay, now how much is it? 15. So 15 into divided by, that is into how much? 1 by 2 the whole raised to 6, which is nothing but 15 divided by 64. Option C is your answer. Got it, people? Yes, we solved almost all the type with just 4 questions. I think I am solving your doubts or we are revising. Everyone, you should understand this is a revision session. Okay. Anyway, we will have an offline marathon. I am just telling you, offline marathon for 2 days will be there on 26th and 27th. This coming week it will be there. Okay, you can attend in Kormangala Academy online. I mean offline marathon. And later the recorded version will be uploaded in the app. I mean in the YouTube also it will be uploaded. Yes. Now people, we are going for mode of a binomial distribution. Very important. Very important. Yes. What is mode? Now people, here mode is what? The most frequent value or the most frequently happening value is mode. Now we have a formula for finding mode. That formula is very simple. That is nothing but n plus 1 into p is the formula for finding our mode. Now, but can we directly find the mode using n plus 1 into p? No. I'll tell you why. Sometimes when you find n plus 1 into p, you are getting the answer like 2.7. You will be, one option will be also 2.7. You will be like, sir, I know the formula n plus 1 into p is equal to 2.7. I'll mark option C 2.7. Your answer is wrong. Whenever it is of decimal points, we will only take the integer value. So mode is how much? Mode is 2. S2 2. How much? Etra? 2. Okay, how much? 2. Now people, what if n plus 1 into p is equal to 3.4? What is the mode? Everyone tell me, what is the mode? How much will be the mode? Mode will be nothing but 3. We will only take the integer part. We will ignore the decimal part like we ignored many people in life. Then n plus 1 into p is equal to 4.6. What is the mode? What is the mode? Only the integer part, that is equal to 4. Now, that is the case. Okay, now I am asking you another question. The question is like this. When you are finding n plus 1 into p, we are getting it as 4. And one of the option is 4. You will go directly and write option A, 4 is the answer. You will get negative marking, people. That is wrong. Mode is what? Mode is equal to 4 and 1 less than 4. That is how much? 4, 3. If n plus 1 into p is equal to 6, what is the mode? Mode is nothing but 6, 5. If n plus 1 into p is equal to 2000, how much is the mode? The mode is nothing but 2000, 1999. I'm just taking it as an example to make you understand. I think you understood. Yes, every chapter we will do. Yes, Pingu, every chapter we will be doing. Yes. Yeah. Next one. Symmetry and skewness. Look here. When P is equal to Q is equal to 0.5, our distribution is said to be symmetric. What is it? When probability of success in a single trial is equal to probability of failure in a single trial. When both of them are equal. When is it equal? When it is equal to 0.5. Equally likely. Yes. Then it is what? Then it is symmetric. When it is less than 0.5, it is positively skewed. Greater than 0.5, negatively skewed. Make a note, previous year 1 mark questions. All these 3 are previous year question. Why 1 mark question? Only 1 mark is there from each question. Yes, these 3 are very, very important. Keep a note of that. Okay. Yes. Now, I am going to this question. People, I'm going to brainstorm you. Now look here. Find the mode of binomial distribution for which mean is 4 and variance is 3 is equal to how much? I will give you a pro tip for your exam point of view. That also I'll make it happen now. Now people, what all things we require to find mode? Mode is nothing but n plus 1 into p. We need to apply this formula to find mode of a binomial distribution, correct? What all things we require? We require one p value. We require one n value. Now, is that directly given in the question? No. But instead what they give? Mean is given. Mean means what? NP is given as 4. Then NPQ, variance formula is what? NPQ, that is given as 3. From this we will find the value of n and what? P. Now, we will find the value of n and p. Now people, just substitute, instead of this NP we are going to put 4. That means 4 into Q is equal to 3. So Q is equal to how much? 3 by 4. So Q value is how much? 3 by 4. Then P value is how much? You know P value is nothing but 1 minus Q, which is equal to 1 minus 3 by 4, that is 1 by 4. Am I correct? Yes, I am correct. Now we have P. How to find N? It is already given that NP is equal to 4. Then N into P is how much? 1 by 4, which is equal to 4. So N is equal to how much? Cross multiply, it will become 16. Am I correct? We have N, we have P. Now get me the value of N plus 1 into P. N plus 1 into P is nothing but 16 plus 1 into 1 by 4. That is nothing but 17 by 4. How much is it? 4 point something. 4 point how much? 25. People, whenever decimal is involved, what did I tell you? We will ignore the decimal and we will just write mode is what? Mode is equal to 4. The same question was there in Jan attempt, I guess, when I was solving the question live online. One student was telling, so our mode is this much, 4.25. Yes, he learned the formula, but not the concept. That was the problem. You should not be like that. You should know this is the case. Okay, I hope everything is covered. Can we go for the next one? Poisson distribution. எப்படி இருக்கு? நல்லா இருக்கா? Yes. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದಾ? Yes, people. How is it? Everything is going good? If anything is there, please tell me also. Okay. Now, next one. Poisson distribution. Poisson distribution, people, it is a type of what type of probability distribution? We initially told there is discrete distribution. Under that we are learning binomial and Poisson. Second one is what? The Poisson distribution. It is a type of discrete probability distribution. Here we only have one parameter. What is that parameter? M. Sometimes you will be learning it as lambda and all. It's up to you. Okay, so only one parameter is there. What is that parameter? M. Up to me, I am calling it as M. Okay, now here M is the mean. Yes, variance is also M. Then standard deviation is then what? The root M. So what is happening here? M is mean as well as variance. Keep a note, very important, only single parameter, and M is what here? Mean as well as variance in what? Poisson distribution. Now people, where are we using Poisson distribution? People, you think about a case. You are writing CA foundation examination. Okay. You wrote for 100 times. You wrote for 100 times. Think about 100 times or 50 times you think. That is better. 50 times you think. That means 50 times means n is equal to how much? 50. Or I am telling that n is going towards infinity, a huge value. Our attempt is going to huge value. Number of trials we are doing is infinity. And our probability of passing the CA foundation is going towards 0 only, right? It is approaching 0 because we are trying a lot, but we are approaching towards 0. Now, what is this Poisson distribution? Whenever the n value approaches to infinity, that means a huge n value, anything more than 50 is, we usually go for Poisson. Then when p value approaches 0, we will take what? We will take Poisson distribution. That means trials is very high, but the success is very less in a single trial. That is the meaning. Now look here, people. We have a formula for mode also. Now, you remember, I told you mean is M, variance is M, standard deviation is what? Root M. Now, after finding M, if you get it as a non-integer, for example, M is equal to 4.25, what is the mode here? Mode is nothing but mode is equal to how much? 4. If you are getting M is equal to 7.85, what is the mode then? We will only take the integer part, that is equal to 7. Now, if you take the M is equal to 100.84, I'm you randomly using number. Don't tell that sir told 184 is there. No. M is 100.84. Then what is the mode? That is 100. Okay, that is another example. Now people, what if M value is a normal integer? M is equal to 4. What are the modes? What are the modes now? Think logically with respect to our binomial distribution. When it was integer, how was we taking? We are taking 4 comma 1 less than 4. What if M is equal to 200? We will take it as mode is equal to, or modes is equal to 200 comma what? 199 is our mode. Now, we have a probability mass function equation in this also. Here, in binomial, what was the formula? NCX, P raised to X, Q raised to N minus X, where X was the number of successes, correct? Here also X is number of successes. We have a formula for P of X. Probability of X is nothing but E raised to minus M raised to X divided by X factorial. What is this M? That is the parameter. It can be mean, it can be variance, it can be what? Sometimes in certain cases it can be mode also. Who knows? Yes. Now people, how many parameters are there? We will talk about that. How many parameters are there in binomial distribution? 2 parameters. How many parameters are there in Poisson distribution? There is only 1 parameter. So parameter numbers are the, which of the following is a discrete probability distribution with 1 parameter? That's how question comes. Discrete probability. You should think that in discrete 2 are there. One is binomial, one is what? Poisson. In discrete, what is happening? In discrete, who is having 1 parameter? Poisson is having 1 parameter. Who is having 2 parameter? Binomial is having 2 parameter. Now, look here. This is the formula. E raised to minus m, m raised to x divided by x factorial. Now, what is this m? We know mean or variance. Now, E value is how much? We learned in logarithm also, or wherever we are using it, we are learning that value of E exponent is how much? Natural logarithm is how much? 2.72. Base of the natural logarithm is how much? 2.72. X is the Poisson variate or number of what? Number of successes. Now people, look at the question. Again, E of x. E of x means what? You tell me, what is E of x? E of x is nothing but mean. How will you find mean? For a Poisson distribution, we need to find is the value of m. Now people, P of x is equal to 0 is given. P of x is equal to 2 is given. How will you equate it? We need to find the probability. What is the formula for finding probability using Poisson distribution? This is the formula. We will apply that formula. So x value is how much? Here x is equal to 0. Here x is equal to 2. We are going to apply the formula one by one. That is nothing but NCX. What is the formula? Which is equal to, since it is Poisson, we are using e raised to minus m into m raised to x divided by x factor. Fine. Now people, what is P of x is equal to 0? That is nothing but e raised to minus m into what? Into m raised to x divided by x factorial. Now tell me, what is the value of x here? X is nothing but 0. It is given in the question clearly. It is 0. Then what is the value of x in the denominator? That is 0 factorial. 0 factorial is how much? 1. Which is equal to, P of x is equal to 2. How to do it? E raised to minus m into m square divided by 2 factorial. Correct? Now tell me, can I cancel e raised to minus m? E raised to minus m? Done. Then m raised to 0. Any number raised to 0 is how much? 1. 0 factorial is how much? 1. So 1 is equal to, so numerator and denominator became 1, is equal to m square by 2. Then m is how much? M square is how much? 2. Then m is how much? Root 2. M is how much? Root 2. People, what are they asking? Expectation of x. In Poisson, what is the mean value or expectation of x? That is nothing but m. Answer is what? Option A. Purinjida, samjaya, taita. Now people, look here. If the standard deviation of a Poisson distribution is 2, then they are asking for what? They are checking mode. We need to check mode. What is mode? Now people, standard deviation means in Poisson it is root m, which is equal to how much? 2. Then m value is how much? M is nothing but 2 square, that is equal to 4. M is equal to 4. Then mode is how much? Mode is nothing but, when it is an integer, directly we will take that integer, comma, 1 less than that integer. So what is the answer? Modes are 3 and 4. Very easy. Very easy. Yes, we'll come to this. Look here. In a certain Poisson frequency distribution, the probability corresponding to 2 successes is half the probability corresponding to 3 successes. So x value in the first case is how much? X is equal to 2. Then x value in the second case is how much? X is equal to 3. So they are telling P of x is equal to 2 is equal to half the probability of x is equal to 3. That is given in the question. Now, how will you find P of x is equal to 2? Tell me. We are doing what? The Poisson frequency distribution. Poisson distribution. In Poisson distribution, what happens? What is the formula? E raised to minus m into m square divided by, I'm directly writing x is equal to 2 here, divided by what? 2 factorial, which is equal to half into e raised to minus m into m cube divided by what? Divided by 3 factorial. Now people, how will you cancel e raised to minus m? E raised to minus m, e raised to minus m cancelled off. What is remaining? Can I cancel 2 factorial is how much? 2 factorial is nothing but 2. Can I cancel 2 and 2? Done. Then m square and m cube is cancelled off. What is remaining? M is remaining. Then m is equal to how much? M is equal to 3 factorial. 3 factorial is how much? 6. So m is how much? 6 is the answer. Option A is your answer. Any doubt, people? If any doubt is there, please tell me. Yes, everyone got the answer. If you are getting, please type, people. Yes, please do that. Yes, this I will come back after discussing normal distribution. It's a very easy question, or I'll just I'll do it now. Okay, anything is fine. Now it is a theory based or a word based question based on our what the theoretical distribution, Poisson distribution. Yes. Now yes, perfect. Now look here. The manufacturer of a certain electronic component is certain that 2% of the product is defective. Okay, what is the certainty? Yes, can you tell mode for Poisson once? Yes, mode for Poisson is nothing but when you get the m value right. If m is equal to 4, what are the modes then? Modes are nothing but 4, 3. Then if m value is equal to 5, what are the modes? 5, 4. Then if m value is equal to 10, what are the modes? Modes are nothing but 10, 9. Now what if m value or the mean value or the variance value is equal to 2.7? Then what is the mode? You will write only the integer part. What is on 2? Okay. What if m value is 3.7? What is the mode? Mode is nothing but. Yes, I think you understood. Clear? Yes. Paka? Yes, perfect. Now here, the manufacturer of a certain electronic component is certain that 2% of the product is defective. Okay, then he sells the component in box of 120 and guarantees that not more than 2% in any box will be defective. How much? Not more than 2% will not be defective is the guarantee. Okay, in any box, not more than 2% is defective is the guarantee given by the manufacturer. For example, I am telling not more than 2% will fail the exam. What do you mean by that? That's my guarantee. Not more than 2% will fail the exam. What do you mean by that? Can anyone type over there? What do you mean by that? Even if we do Poisson distribution day after tomorrow, day after tomorrow, it's fine because you need to wind up at what time? We need to wind up at 10 o'clock. Every day 1 hour. That's the thing. Okay. 1 hour every day from 9 to 10. Or if sometimes it will be in the afternoon, sometimes it will be in the morning. I'll inform you. It will come as a thing over here. You can accordingly plan. Yes. I mean, academy students, you will be informed in prior. Okay. Yes. Actually, we are, those who are joining from outside, we have actually done few chapters are already done. That time we were not doing in YouTube. Okay, that will be uploaded in YouTube soon. Okay, so then that is also sorted, right? Yes. Fine. Yes. Fail will be less than 12. So the guarantee is that not more than 2% will fail means fail will be less than 2%. Fail will be less than 2%. That is the meaning. Yes. 98% pass rate. Correct. Then find the probability that a box selected at random would fail to meet the guarantee. What do you mean by that? Would fail to meet the guarantee is the question. That means we need to find the ulta. Now people, some people will ask me a question. Sir, how to judge whether it is a question based on Poisson distribution or a binomial distribution? People, one of the easiest tip I'll tell you what to do. In Poisson distribution, 99.9% of the question, they will give you the e raised to minus 2.4 value. E raised to minus m value will be given in the question. From this itself, we will get to know that it is a question based on what? A Poisson distribution. Now you tell me what is the value of m here then. If e raised to minus m is given as this much, that is e raised to minus 2.4 is given as this much, you tell me what is the value of m. S2. Evalo? Etra? Yes, m is how much? M is nothing but 2.4. So we have the mean value is how much? 2.4. Now we will come back to the question. We will read the question again. Sometimes we need to read again, and inside the exam hall also sometimes you need to read the question 2 or 3 times. Yes, some question you can answer within 5 seconds. So we will accommodate that time during reading this question and all. We will compensate that. That is fine. Now people, here the guarantee is not more than 2%. What is the guarantee now? What is the guarantee? We have a guarantee that is not more than 2%. That means less than 2% is the guarantee. Now the question is what? Find the probability that a box selected at random would fail to meet the guarantee. So how will you write the probability? Probability of x should be greater than 2%. Am I correct? Anyone is having doubt? Please ask me. This is your moment. Okay, we will wind up with this question. Then we will go for normal distribution tomorrow. In the coming class. Okay? Yes. Tell me. What is the value of? Is this correct? The guarantee was it will be less than 2%. Now the question is probability will fail to meet the guarantee. So I can take the opposite, right? Completely opposite. What is P of x? That is P of x greater than 2%. I wrote it that way. Am I correct? So I am correct. Now this 2% is what? 2% of what? 2% inside one box. So 2% of 120 is what? 2% of 120 is what? 2.4. P of x greater than 2.4 is the question. Now, when we are taking a probability of x greater than 2.4, it is difficult for us to find. So you know one thing. Can I write P of x greater than 2.4? Can I write it as 1 minus P of x less than or equal to 2.4? Am I correct? Yes. And one more thing you should know. In binomial and yes, Edwin, I'll just comment that. Yeah, in binomial and Poisson, x values are always integers. X is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. up to infinity or n. X values are what? Up to x. It is what? It is an integer. It cannot be decimal. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, you tell me, can I write 1 minus P of x less than or equal to 2.4? Can I write that is P of, what are the values less than or equal to 2.4? We will not take x is equal to 2.4. Why? X cannot be a decimal value. We will take x is equal to 2 plus P of x is equal to 1 plus P of x is equal to what? 0. Now we will substitute out the values and we will get the answer, which is equal to 1 minus P of x is equal to 2. What is P of x is equal to 2? When next value is 2, how will you write? E raised to minus m into m square divided by 2 factorial plus e raised to minus m into m raised to 1 divided by 1 factorial plus e raised to minus m into what? M raised to 0 divided by 0 factorial. Now what all things are remaining down? Which is equal to 1 minus what is common in everything? E raised to minus m is common in everything. Then what is remaining? M square. So m square value is how much? The m value is how much? It is already given. It is how much? 2.4. It is what? 2.4. I will write that, which is equal to e raised to minus 2.4 into 2.4 the whole square divided by 2 factorial plus 2.4 raised to 1 divided by 1 plus 1. So people, just use calculator and get me the answer. Everything is given. Even e raised to minus 2.4 value is given in the question. That is how much? The 1 minus, which is equal to 1 minus 0.0907 into 2.4 the whole square. You can find it. 2.4 the whole square divided by 2 plus 2.4 plus 1. Just use calculator. You will get the answer. Yes, 0.43. Option D. Okay, people. That's all for the day. Now, people, we will come back. If I am coming live tomorrow, you will get a notification and the students will be informed. So, people who, our academy students who are attending, tomorrow there will be a mock test. The usual mock test will be there, 100 marks mock test will be there, the question paper and all. I'll share you to the WhatsApp group and all. Mock test will be there. Please write the mock test. Others, we will meet again in the future, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, with the revision class. Tomorrow we will be discussing normal distribution, and I will go back to random variables, and we will finish the probability and theoretical distribution completely. I hope that everything is fine. Thank you so much, people. Thank you so much. Do good, do well, sleep well, drink water, stay healthy. Yes. So complete mock, Praveen. Yes. Okay. Bye bye. Take care, people. If something is there, you can type. I will wait for like 1 or 2 minutes. Yes, Edwin. Yes, Edwin. What all chapters are completed? Few chapters are completed. Anyway, in the future, I will redo it also. So don't worry about that. Okay. Fine. Yes. Whatever. Anyway, we will be doing revision till the day of examination. Day before exam also we will be doing, right? Last time also we did. This time also we will do. Yes, it will be there. Every day it will be there. Okay. Yes. Thank you, everyone. Do well. Yes, Edwin, tell me da. Yes, Himansi, correct answer. Praveen, full Doraemon. Huh? Doraemon. Yes. Thank you. Bye bye. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes. Yes, people. Good. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. If anything is there, you can type here. Okay. Yes. Done. Okay then. Bye bye. See you. Good night. Sleep well.